I hope you all are doing good. Keep joining in. Okay, so I am Malvika Sharma. I have come after a long time from LeapScholar. All right, and let's see what all is happening, or let's see what we are going to take up tonight. I mean today. So we have writing. Something about the writing. So let me share my screen, guys, and then I would be able to talk some sense. All right, I think we are live, and I think the screen is visible now. Okay. So what we are going to take up? We are here to finally solve a writing mock test. And when I say writing mock test, I'm talking about both the writing tasks, writing task 1 as well as the writing task 2. But let me be clear here. I'm talking about writing task 1 of the academics. So I'm going to take up a sample report writing. I'm going to take up a question for report writing. Okay, that is the writing task 1 for academic test takers. Also, I'm going to take up writing task 2. That is, of course, common for both the academics as well as the general test takers, which is going to be an essay writing. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first thing first, guys. As I said, task 1 is going to be a report writing. And any report writing would be, it would be having some kind of pictorial representation. It would be having some kind of visual data, like the one we have in the slide. So we have a visual data. Now, these kinds of charts are known as pie charts. Okay? So we have to use these two pie charts, and we have to look what our question is, and we have to frame our report based on anything and everything that is evident through these two pie charts. Okay, so let's start with the question thing. Let's read. You should spend about 20 minutes on this task. Now, be precise with the time. Guys, you have total 1 hour for the entire writing session. Okay, but what we do, we recommend it at LeapScholar also that you should at least take 20 minutes to complete task 1, that is the report writing, and the rest 40 minutes should be given to complete the essay writing, that is writing task 2. Okay? So that is the recommended time. What about the word limit? So when it comes to report writing, that is the writing task 1, we have to write at least 150 words. Guys, please be clear with it. We have to write minimum 150 words. If we write anything below 150 words, we are going to receive a big penalty. Okay? Yes, we can go overboard. We can write more than 150 words. We can write 250 words also, 280 words also. But please don't write anything below 150 words. Okay? So that is our time, and that is our recommended word limit. Now let's dive into the question. So the question says, the pie charts below show the devices people in the 18 to 25 age group use to watch television in Canada in 2 different years. Now there is so much data going on. So we have pie charts. So we have two pie charts. Yes. Show the devices people in the age 18 to 25. So if you can see, we have these two pie charts talking about some kind of devices, some gadgets that people in the age group of 18 to 25 are habitual to use to watch television. Where? The, the place is Canada. What is the purpose? They want to watch television. Are we having some years? Yes, we have 2 different years, 2009 and 2019. Okay, so that is our question, guys. And then the question says, summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. So guys, understand something. This sentence is also important because it talks about reporting the main features. Now, what do you mean by reporting main features? See, there is so much going on with this entire pie chart thing, right? We cannot include and we should not be including everything that we have in the data. Okay, so we need to sensibly collect our data in order to incorporate that and write a report. All right, of course these are pie charts and we have two different years in place, we have so many gadgets in place, there's some kind of comparison going on, and that is exactly what we are going to do. We have to come up with a comparative language. So mind these things in word, okay, in mind. Now, what do we have? We have mobile phone, we have desktop computer, we have laptop, we have flat screen TV, and we have conventional TV. So we have around, and also we have a tablet. So we have around 6 devices that people usually use to watch television in Canada. Okay, that is kind of a summary or a gist that I have given to you. Now let's move on to writing it. So before that, I'm giving you, say, 2-3 minutes to just go through this, okay? And then I'll move on to the next slide. Take your time, try to understand the visual data. Try to understand these pie charts, guys. Okay, now let's move ahead. So we had pie charts in place. Now I want you to understand. Let's start trying to write it, okay? We have a 4 paragraph structure that we usually use to come up with the entire report writing, guys. Okay? Now, what do I mean by this 4 paragraph structure? So, usually, the first thing that we write is an introduction. And what do we include in that introduction? So, we usually try to write the entire report question. So the report question was talking about people in the age group of 18 to 25 years using some devices to watch television in Canada in 2 years. That was kind of our question. Now we know what is the data, what is the information in the question. We will paraphrase that question. Okay? We will paraphrase it in our own words and we will try to write that in our own words. That is going to be our introduction. Second thing, that is usually an overview. So after introduction comes the overview. What is overview? It usually has all the striking features, the most prominent features, the things that you can just have a look at the data and you can understand. Okay, something would be the highest, something would be the lowest. If it is a process, if it is some kind of diagram that you have as a data, visual data, then some stages would be there, some first stage would be there, the last stage would be there. Okay, some kind of data would have the most, the least, those sort of things. So the things that we can quickly gauge the moment we have a look at that visual data, all those things are known as prominent features, striking, dominant features. And those dominant features become a part of our overview. Okay? Now, when I say we talk about the highest and the lowest and other dominant things, please keep in mind, guys, the figures, the data like 4%, 45%, 9%, all these percentage figures and everything. Don't try to involve these specific figures in the overview. All right? Make use of language to write the overview, that this is the highest, or it is evident through the charts that this has the least number of people interested in. All right? Something like that. So make use of language to present that. Don't include figures. This is what something you have to keep in mind while writing overview. Then after introduction, we have overview, and then after overview, we have our two body paragraphs. Okay? So body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. Now this is our areas which in which we are actually going to include all the details, the facts, the figures, if we have to make some comparison, if we have to show some similarities, all the other significant details. Of course, they are also important, right? That if something is rising, for instance, A is rising from 65% to 85%. That is, of course, important. But B is showing no change. It is not going undergoing any such massive change. So we will include that. Okay. Of course, we will use the language in such a way, but all the figures like percentage and comparative figures and similar things, those are some things which are to be a part of our body paragraphs. Okay. So see, I have used this language, while A steadily rose. Now, something which is not rising sharply or dramatically, something that is rising gradually over the years. That is something when we say steadily or gradually, slowly. This is all what we can use. So while A steadily rose from 65% to 85%, B did not undergo any such massive change. So we if if there is some kind of pie chart, or if there's some kind of visual data that is not showing B undergoing any kind of change, so we can come up with such language. All right. So this is it. Introduction, overview, and then we have our body paragraphs 3 and 4. So, when there is too much of information, we can sensibly collect the data, and it is upon our discretion. It is upon us to decide what do we wish to include in body paragraph 3 and what do we wish to include in body paragraph 4. Okay, we can divide the data. So suppose in the question, if we go back, in the question, we are actually having, say, 6 devices. So it is completely depending upon us which devices and the data that we want to include in body paragraph 3, and which are those that we wish to include in body paragraph 4. Okay. So that is how we are going to write. Now you have the structure: introduction, overview, body paragraph 3, and body paragraph 4. Now I'm going to give you 1 minute to simply go through this. Okay. Go through the structure once, guys. Keep this in mind. Okay. Now let us move ahead. So what do we have in front of us now? We have a sample answer. And will this sample answer match with our strategy? Yes. Okay. So what was our strategy? First thing first, guys. Paraphrasing the question. Introduction is all about writing it in our own words, right? So let's see. So yes, we have two pie charts. So we can say the two charts, or we can also say the two pie charts. And then we can say illustrate. So if you go back to the question, you will have, it's something telling show. we can come up with words like illustrate, depict. So such words can actually be used in place of show. Okay? So make use of those. That is exactly what I know, what I call paraphrasing, using other words, use synonyms with the same meanings. Okay? So the two charts illustrate. Mind my words, guys. When you have two things, so suppose you are having one chart, in that case, you would have written illustrates with an S. Okay? But since we are having two charts, we will use illustrate without an S. Make sure you are having this thing clear in your head, guys, because this is what I call subject verb agreement. Okay? Our subject, which is the charts, should agree with the verb illustrate. Okay? So the two charts illustrate the appliances. Look, devices was there in the question. We have changed it to appliances that young adults in Canada use to watch television programs. Look at the way we are paraphrasing. Use to watch television programs and how this has changed over the 10-year period from 2009 to 2019. Got my point? In the question, we are only having the years. But look at that, the way we paraphrased over the 10-year period from 2009 to 2019. This is how we write our introduction, writing the question in our own words. All right? Then, coming down to overview. Overall, it can be said that the two pie charts suggest that TV viewing habits in Canada over the period saw a move away from older devices towards more modern equivalents. So people are somehow moving away. If you check the pie charts, you'll understand that people are actually moving away. Let's go back to the question. So moving away from old devices. So conventional TV was there, 5%, 34%, okay, and then old devices. So people are moving away now. If you see in 2009, it was 34% for conventional TV. But 2019 is having only 4% people using conventional TV. Got my point? They have moved to more modern devices like laptops and other things. Got it? Okay. So let's go back to the answer. So that is the reason I said move away from older devices towards, look at the language I'm using, towards more modern equivalents. Modern equivalents. Look at the vocabulary, guys. That is what I call as contextually appropriate vocabulary. So we could have just said other devices or newer devices. Since we're using older, we could have said newer devices. But we have to make sure that people are getting the same idea that we are using these new devices also for the same purpose, to watch television. Okay? So we are moving away from older devices, but we have the same purpose in mind. So more modern equivalents. They are doing the same thing. They are equals. Okay? So that is the reason we have used this vocabulary. Now, coming down after our introduction and overview. So what does overview have? What is it having? It is having the most dominant features. And the most dominant feature was that people are finally giving up on conventional television and moving to, take up tablets and mobiles and other things to watch TV. Okay, that was the most striking feature that we could get from the data. That is why it became a part of overview. All right. Now, let's move on to the body paragraph 3 and 4. And now look, we have details. We have 8%, 27%, 34%, and so on. Also, in the fourth one, we have 26%, 19%. So let's look into this. So our body paragraph 3 says, one of the key changes over this decade is a transition. That means it's a change. Transition means a change. Good vocabulary, guys. Is a transition from conventional televisions to flat screens. Now we have chosen flat screens to include in body paragraph 3. So, conventional televisions to flat screens. With the former, that means the former means our conventional televisions, guys. With the former falling from 34% to 4%. Yes, we did look into it. And the latter, that is the flat screens, rising from 8% to 27% for the period, for the period. The here will tell you again the same thing, 2009 to 2019. That means we don't have to write the years over and over again. Just the mere word the has done it all for us. Okay? So use these words. Articles are so powerful, guys. See the language, rising. If something is increasing, we can say surging, rising, increasing, escalating. Okay, this is the vocabulary I want you all to use. And then if something is falling, we can say falling, decreasing, diminishing, coming down. Okay, something like that. So yes, the flat screen, the use of it rose from 8% to 27% for the period, making it the number one television device. So flat screen became the number one television device. The latter, again, I'm talking about the flat screen. The latter has replaced the former. See the use. It has completely taken over the former conventional method. So the latter has replaced the former as the most popular TV viewing device. Got my point? This is how we come up with our body paragraph data. Okay? Now let's move on to the fourth one. What are the other details that we can really look into if we see the pie charts? So other general trend, look at the language, guys. Another general trend is that younger people are now watching television on smaller, more portable devices. Look at the beautiful beauty of language. Tablets, mobile phones, aren't those smaller in size and aren't those more portable than the complete television screen? Yes. So that is why we saw the movement towards those more modern equivalents. Okay, that is why we are saying the younger people are now watching television on smaller, more portable devices. What do you mean by portable? That you can carry those devices anywhere. You can carry your mobiles anywhere, your tablets anywhere. Okay, so smaller and more portable devices than in 2009. Than is a comparative language, guys. I want you all to use that, okay? In particular, the use of mobile phones and tablets for viewing purposes has increased. So it has increased by almost 3/4. Now look at that. We have framed it in some, using the magic of language by almost 3/4 to 26%. We have given the figure also. And tablet use saw an almost, again, fourfold increase to 19%. Now, fourfold increase. Let's go back to the data. Let's go back to the figure. Fourfold increase, guys. Tablet use. Let's see the tablet use. Check for it. Which is the tablet one? The gray one. So it was 5% in 2009, and now in 2019, it has got somewhere to 19%. Yes, it has grown massively, hugely, almost a fourfold increase. So that is how we show a massive change, fourfold increase. Such phrases and language should be in place. Okay? So coming back to the answer, it saw an almost fourfold increase to 19%. Now see, this trend is reinforced. Look at the language, is reinforced by the number of 18 to 25-year-olds using computers for the TV viewing. Which trend am I talking of? This trend means the trend that they are moving away from older devices towards more modern equivalents. Okay, this trend is reinforced. So it is re-emphasized. It has made more, it has made, got even more, what do you say, even stronger. Okay, even stronger by the same age old group, because they have also been using computers for TV viewing. So again, computers come under the category of modern equivalents. Okay, now both desktop and laptop computers saw substantial falls. Substantial means considerable, significant, crucial. So it's not a small number, it's a substantial number. Okay, so it saw a substantial fall in usage, around a third for both. Okay, why? Can you think why? Why did desktop and laptop computers see a fall? They are also modern devices, because, see, look, go back. People are now watching television on smaller and more portable. Can you carry your desktop and laptop computers everywhere? You cannot carry your desktop everywhere, right? That is why mobile phones and tablets got increased. The use of it got increased. So yes, that is why I'm saying the desktop and the laptop computers saw a substantial fall. This is the way to write your report. You have to look into the minute details evident through your visual data. And then you have to sensibly collect what you really want to include in your report. Make use of good language. Always keep in mind the 4 paragraph structure, guys. Okay? Introduction, that means paraphrasing the question. Overview, include the dominant, most striking features. Then the rest of the 2 body paragraphs, body paragraph 3 and 4. In this, you need to include the details, the figures, the facts, comparative language, similarities, everything else. Those are also significant. So be sensible while collecting that data as well. Okay? This is your report, guys. I'm stopping here for a couple of seconds, or rather, just a minute. I just want you all to please go through this report once again. Quickly, just skim through it. Have a glance. Okay. So what do I mean? Oh, this is my photo. What am I doing here? What am I doing here is, guys, I just want to tell you that we are going to come up with a new batch. Of course, I'm going to teach, and the batch starts on 31st May. We are all going to take up, we're going to take up all the 4 modules of IELTS. Reading, writing, you have seen me teaching you. I'm going to take up the essay question also today. So we will be doing reading, writing, listening, as well as speaking. Okay, we are going to cover all the 4 modules. It's going to be a 4-week crash course. Okay, so we'll be together for a month. It's going to start from 31st May, Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, and then of course we're going to have weekly mock test. So every Saturday I upload a mock test. You will go through it, you will give it to me, you will send it back to me for evaluations. We are going to have one-on-one speaking feedback also, because we are going to do a lot of speaking, a lot of writing exercise together in the class. Writing evaluation, as I said, you would be sending me writing task for evaluation. All the live recordings will be available. Okay, so in case, suppose you miss some class, don't worry, don't panic. Go to your profile page and you will be getting all the class recordings that I've been teaching. All right? Now, this usually is for 249 or 499 and all that. Just understand, can you see this promo code leap YT20? You can also have that promo code in the chat box. So make sure you are checking the chat box to use this promo code. If you use this promo code, you are going to have an additional 20% off on this course. Okay, so suppose the course is 249, you're going to have it for 199. All right, so something like that. So additionally 20% you can avail. All right, guys. So that was just a little bit about me and the course. And I wish a lot of people would enroll because I love teaching, I love interacting, I love doing all this that I've been doing. So please come and let's learn together. Let's live for our dreams. Okay? Now, when I say that, please, if you're liking this video, if you're liking the way I have been teaching, the way LeapScholar is going, the way we are helping all of you, please like the video, subscribe it, share it with your friends. We should always spread the knowledge. So keep sharing. All right? And let's move ahead now. Okay, so let's come down to business, guys. So we did our writing task 1, the report writing. Now we will look into the writing task 2, that is our essay writing. So what is the recommended time that we usually have for essay writing? 40 minutes. Because again, although you have a complete 1 hour at your disposal to complete the writing task, but then since the essay, that is the writing task 2, is higher in weightage, we recommend to put more time to write that and less time on building the report. So please keep this in mind. 40 minutes should be spent for this task. Now, what is the word limit? So in writing task 1, the minimum word limit was 150 words. But for writing task 2, we have at least 250 words. So please mind it. Do not write anything below 250 words. You would be receiving a penalty. Don't do that. Okay? Now, you can, of course, go beyond 250. So let's see what is our essay question for the day. Now, the question says, many people believe that modern music can have a negative impact on the young. Others believe the effect of modern music is positive. So we have two views, guys. Many people are believing that the modern music these days, the current kind of music, the rap and all, is having negative impact on the young minds. Whereas others believe that the modern music is positive. So we need to discuss both the views and also we need to provide our opinion. So we need to give in our opinion also. Now, then the question says, give reasons for your answer. So what, you see, if we are just generally writing that, yeah, this is there and that is there, that is not going to be a substantial essay. Okay, when we have to present something concrete, we need to support it. We need to support our arguments with examples, with reasons. And that is the reason question demands you to include those relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. See, IELTS, guys, please keep this in mind. IELTS is specifically demanding you to write a specific essay, something from your knowledge and experience. It's not demanding you to write any kind of general thing. No general idea should be included. Make it your own, make it your, express your own views. That is how you will show the IELTS examiners that yes, you have the command over language. You can come up with ideas, you can generate ideas, and then you can write the essay. We need specific answers. We don't need general things. Please keep this in mind. It's really relevant. Okay? So let's go back to the question. Many people believe modern music can have a negative impact on the young minds, on the young, and others believe that it's positive. So, two views. Now, let's look into the structure of the essay. How are we going to write it? So again, we have 4 paragraph structure. Okay. Now understand something. In the introduction, the first, of course, it's going to be an introduction. So the introduction of the essay is not just paraphrasing the essay question. You don't have to just write the question in your own words, guys, like you did in the report writing. Here, when it comes to the essay question, you remember the question said they want your opinion. So in also you need to put in your opinion. So the introduction of the essay is going to get divided into 2 parts. First, background statement, guys, which is nothing but paraphrasing the essay question, writing the essay question in your own words. And second, thesis statement. Now, what is thesis statement? This is where you actually are going to include your opinion. Do you favor one view or do you prefer one view over the other? Are you in favor of one view much strongly? Okay. Are you completely disagreeing to something? Are you getting my point? Or do you totally agree with something? So I partially agree. I totally agree. I completely agree. I strongly believe. These are your words. This should be your vocabulary to show your opinion. Okay, so show your inclination. Whatever is your opinion, show them through these words. Only then your introduction gets completed for the essay. Okay, so you need to paraphrase and also you need to give your opinion. Do not forget that. Don't just paraphrase and start writing other things. It's not going to be a better introduction. Please keep that in mind. After introduction, we come down to our body paragraphs. So we usually recommend to have 2 body paragraphs. Now see, we have 2 views, right, guys? So we can discuss one view in the first body paragraph and the other view in the second body paragraph. So when we are discussing our first view, as I said, we need to back it up with strong examples, with concrete, relevant examples. Okay, so we will present one view, that is, it's going to have a negative impact on the minds. The modern music is going to have a negative impact on the young minds. That is our first view. Now we will back that view. If we feel that we are in favor of it, we will back that view with our strong examples. And these examples could be from our experience, from our knowledge, from anywhere. Okay, if you don't have any such thing, make hypothetical examples, because see, at the end of the day, you just have to show the command over language. If you can show that command through hypothetical situation, imaginary examples, why not? You should go for it. Okay, then similarly we are going to come down to body paragraph 2, and here we are going to discuss the second view, that the modern music is having a positive impact. That is our second view. And again, we are going to back that second view if we are in favor of it, or if even if we are not in favor of it. Whatever is your opinion, whatever is the inclination, show it, back it with concrete examples. Okay? So that is introduction and other body paragraphs. What is the last paragraph? The last paragraph to the essay, guys, is conclusion. Conclusion is again going to be incomplete if you just write, so this is what I feel. No. This is what the essay I wanted to talk of. No. Conclusion has to have 3 things. Okay, only then it is a solid conclusion, guys. First thing is that you have to restate your opinion in the conclusion. The same opinion, go back to the thesis statement, guys, in the introduction. See, the same opinion that you stated in the introduction, same opinion I want you all to restate in the conclusion. Again, say that I have the same opinion. I strongly believe. Again, do that in some other way, of course. After that restatement of your opinion, you have the summary. Now, what is a summary? Summary is nothing but the gist, the crux and the gist of everything that you have written till this point. Okay? So summarize it. Write it in fewer words, in your own words, but fewer words. Talk about that you are in favor of view one or view two and why and all that in fewer words. Summarize it. So that summary is going to be the second part of the conclusion. Now, also, if you have some kind of recommendation, if you think that, oh, on this topic, I can actually, give some more idea or some recommendation, keeping all the views and all the examples and your inclination, your opinion in mind, if you want to say something in support of that opinion, again, recommendation and prediction will go in the conclusion. Those are going to be the three parts: restatement of your opinion, summary, and recommendation. Only then you have a strong conclusion. Okay? So we have introduction, two body paragraphs discussing both the views along with solid examples, and fourth, conclusion. Okay? That is how our structure of the essay looks like. Now let's see. I'm stopping here for 15 seconds. Please keep the structure in mind, and then we will move on to the sample answer. All right, guys. Now let's have our sample answer. So first thing first, yes, I was talking about writing the question in your own words. So let's see how we have done that. Music has changed dramatically over the years, and new types of music are constantly appearing. Now, see, the moment you have used this very word, constantly appearing, you're showing that yes, you are aware of old music and new music, and that there is a change, there is a transition constantly appearing. Many people feel, look at the way they have paraphrased, many people feel that current popular styles, that means modern music, current popular styles got paraphrased as, you know, modern music. So, such as rap, you also provided them with the examples, such as rap, are just noise and cannot be considered real music. So, they are having the negative impact. Now, you're going with that inclination, with that opinion, and you're saying current popular styles, such as rap, are just noise and cannot be considered real music, unlike older styles, such as rock and jazz. Unlike older styles, so which can be considered as real music in the sense. Okay? Now, that is your paraphrasing thing. Finished. Tick. Come down to the opinion. Although, look at that word. That's how you present. Although I understand the issues with new music, I think. So I do understand the issues. I do understand that there are some certain issues with new music. It might have some kind of negative impact. I think I have another view in place. I think that preferences of music and arts should be left to the choices of people. Okay? That people preferring some kind of music or some other kind of art should, it is too personal to be, interfered with. So it should be left to the choices of people. Should. This word is telling your inclination. It is also telling that you have a balanced approach. Yes, you understand that there are certain issues with new music, but music is too personal to be interfered with. It should be left to the choices of people. That is how you present your view. In this case, you have presented a balanced approach. You want to talk about both the things, the negatives and the positives. Okay? That is how you write a solid introduction. So we're done with our introduction. Coming down to our body paragraphs, discussing both the views one by one. So let's see what we have in our body paragraph 1. Firstly, guys, these are the words I want to use. I want you all to use these words. Firstly, on the other hand, this is the vocabulary you use. Firstly, many people, especially those from older generations, feel that modern types of music can be more harmful than being positive. In their view, modern music is too simplistic, and the song lyrics, how can it be having that negative impact? Because the song lyrics of new music are potentially dangerous. I am giving my solid opinion that modern music, the lyrics are potentially dangerous. I gave my view, I gave my opinion. Now I have to back it with a solid example. So when I'm calling something so dangerous, I need to back it up, right? I'm backing up with an example. They feel that rap and hip hop, both the modern music guys, rap and hip hop often deal with dangerous issues like gang violence. Okay, these I have understood through my knowledge. I have been hearing news. So I know that it is going to be dealing with some dangerous issues like gang violence. Songs these days are like that. And also they express anti-social views. These are the examples I'm going to support my idea with. That is why it is a common opinion that this can be damaging for young people who listen to these songs. Okay, this is how I present my view, showing that yes, it is having, or it can potentially have a negative impact on the young minds. This is how I present my first view with examples. So done. Coming down to body paragraph 3 or 2, the second paragraph. We have, on the other hand, again the use of beautiful language. We call them connectors, guys. Words like firstly, on the other hand, in conclusion, these are all linking devices. See, had I just started with, it is important that people, it could have just broken the link, the flow of the entire essay. That is why, to have that flow maintained, I have written firstly, and then again in the flow, I have written on the other hand. So I'm still talking about the same essay, guys. That is what it shows. On the other hand, second view in place. It is important that people are able to listen to the types of music that they prefer. See, I have talked about it should be left to the choices in the first paragraph. That is why I am restating it here again, that it is important that people, second view, that it is having a positive impact of the question. People are able to listen to the types of music. It is important. Yes, it's choice that they prefer. You cannot control people's taste or opinions. For young people, especially, so it did say that it has a positive impact on the young minds, the second view. So see, for young people, especially, popular music, that is a modern music, is an important aspect of identity. It is an important aspect to their identity. When they share interest in same kind of music, they think that they belong to somewhere. They belong somewhere, they belong to some group, they belong with some people. They have that strong sense of identity. They have a strength, sense of stability in their life. That is why it is an important aspect of identity. Sharing an interest in music with their peers. Peers means with the people who are of same age or of similar ages, brings a sense of stability and belonging. See that. These young people would argue that the lyrics to these songs would reflect the modern reality. These are the young peoples who are going to say that no, these song lyrics are reflecting what we are living in the present scenario, what we are living with in the present scenario. So the modern reality is getting reflected in these songs. And that is why it is a crucial way to express their experiences. See, we have completed our second view with the strong examples. that it gives them a sense of stability and belonging. Okay, they are able to express their experiences. So that is also done. This is how we write both the views with concrete examples. Now, lastly, we come down to conclusion. We need to conclude everything now. So, three things that we should have: summary, first, opinion. We have to again restate. So, opinion, and then summary, and then recommendation. So, in conclusion, again, the way I want you to use the language, it's again a connector, a linking device. So when we have to write conclusion, we can always say in conclusion, or to recapitulate, or to conclude. So in conclusion, people will always prefer a certain type of music. Again, I'm restating my opinion that it should be left to the choices because it is preference. So they will always prefer a certain type of music. People will always be unsure of new things which they may not understand. And this can be the case with music. See, I have stated, I've stated the summary also, I have stated a little bit of my opinion also. Okay, why am I saying unsure? Because, of course, there are people who are thinking that no, it is dealing with gang violence, antisocial views, and then there is this young generation who is thinking that no, it is giving me a sense of stability, I'm going to express myself in a better way. So people will be unsure of new things which they may not understand, and this can be the case with music. However, the word however, we call such words, words like however, yet, but, still, although, though, we call such words as transition words. They show some kind of change, we can bring in our opinion with such words. So, however, now I'm bringing in my opinion again. We cannot stop change, and we should not try to. See, again, the use of should. Go back to your introduction. Should be left to the choices, guys. Again, I'm restating the same thing. We should not try to change. We should encourage new styles of music. Okay? New styles of music should be encouraged, as all music adds to the wealth of the culture. Now see, when I'm talking about should and giving things like, as all music adds to the wealth of culture, I am presenting a kind of a view, and I'm also recommending that let's not fight, let's not say that one is really better than the other. Let's leave it to the people, to the preferences, to their choices, and let's not try to make something higher and lower. We should encourage both styles and new styles because it adds wealth to our culture. This is how I give my recommendation. Let's not fight. Getting my point? So we have all the 3 points in our conclusion: my restatement of opinion, my summary, and of course my recommendation. So yes, this is how our introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion is going to look like for the essay. Now I'm going to just leave you all with, with this entire annotation screen for 15 seconds. Please go through this quickly. All are doing good. I'm somehow not able to see the chat box today. I don't know what is the issue. I've been trying real hard that if I can have some questions and if I can answer those questions. I'm not able to access my chat box, guys. So in case you're writing all those questions, please don't think that I'm not answering those because I'm somehow not able to see those. Okay? Please be patient with me. Please bear with me for this video. Something is there that is not working. So yes, that is the strategy that we usually take for our writing task 1 and writing task 2. Okay. One thing I really want to talk about writing task 1, guys, keep this also in mind, that if you go back to, let's go back to the writing task 1. Just understand, guys, we had introduction, we had overview, we had everything, right? But we have conclusion in writing task 1? The answer is no. Why? Because the report writing, guys, it's a fact based test. Okay, you're talking something about which is very factual. It is not opinionated, so we don't include conclusion. Why I told you at this point of time, because this is one question that keeps coming up, and since I was thinking about questions in mind, this is one thing that came up. So no, we don't have to include any kind of conclusion in writing task 1, but conclusion is an essential part for our essay writing. So writing task 2 will have it. Okay, because essays are opinionated, guys. Okay, with that, I think I did try my best to make you all learn things. And of course, let me just erase all those annotations for you. All right, guys, again, you have that. If you have liked this video, if you have liked the way I've taught, this is exactly the way I deal with students in my classes. Please join in. Please work for your dreams. We will work together for all the 4 modules. That's my 4-week crash course coming up on 31st May. I'm going to take it from Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. You have your promotional code right here. Use that. Use the chat box. I'm sure you would be having that promotional code in the chat box as well. I'm not able to see that, but I'm still sure it's going to be there. Okay, avail that 20% off. So if you are going to get enrolled in this crash course with me, say by 6 p.m., of course you are going to get this leap 20% off additional discount offer. Okay, so please, I wish that loads of people are going to come for my batch, and we are going to all work together. So this is all from my side for this day. I wish you all the best, guys. Keep practicing, keep getting connected with LeapScholar. Bye bye. Take care.